afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's The GoldBricks Show. I thank you and welcome everyone, welcome you back. And what I'm going to say to you today we have an exciting show scheduled for you. Today's subject, for those of you who haven't heard, is going to be about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Now, this is something that a lot of people are into, have heard about, and they have some questions about it. What is it? How does it work? Is it what type of is it really an investment? What's going on with it? So today we have a couple of subject matter experts who are going to be here as guests to answer those questions for you. Also, we'll be taking calls in, so please don't hesitate. If you want to get on the line after the first commercial, I encourage everyone to dial in and get in the queue, because we'll be taking calls along the way after the introduction of our guests. And by the way, the guests are, for those of you who might know them, we have Louis Young. Mr. Louis Young is an entrepreneur and a local businessman as well, but he's been very successful in cryptocurrency. And then we have Crypto Steve, and his name alone should tell you what his profession is. He is also a local business entrepreneur and local businessman who has been very successful at cryptocurrency and trading literally hundreds of cryptocurrencies. The both of these men are part of a team that investigates white papers and goes after ICOs and invests in cryptocurrencies, and they've been very successful. And they're going to come and they'll be here to answer a number of questions for you, questions from the panel, which will be myself and Dr. Roselle. And we're looking forward to having that. Now, just to give you a heads up for next week's show, while we prepare for our guest today, next week's show, and as I told you, we're about financial education, increasing the degree of financial literacy of the viewers, and so that they can increase the literacy of those whom they are in contact with and have influence upon. So what we want to do is, next week we will have our show, and our subject will be on cryptocurrency, and next week our subject will be, and our show will be on with an expert. In fact, a doctor in business and finance, and a licensed professional financial advisor. So we're going to go to a commercial here, and when we return, Dr. Roselle and I will start the discussion, and our guests will join us shortly afterwards. So thank you, and we're going to the commercial. Just a second.
Human fascination with gold is as old as recorded history. The status of gold was stable. Those who held gold also tended to hold power. 1792, the United States Congress passed the Mint and Coinage Act that established a fixed price of gold in terms of U.S. dollars. August 1971, a number of attempts were made to salvage the gold standard. February 2018, foundation of the Carat Gold coin, one of the most successful ICOs of all time. Each Carat Gold coin represents a certain weight of gold and can at all times be exchanged into physical gold in the form of cash gold. It is based on the Ethereum blockchain protocol. Therefore, it is safe, cost-efficient, and fast. The payment can also be done through KBC Pay System and the KBC Wallet. The future Carat Coin Bank, which is also a part of the Carat Gold ecosystem, will be the first licensed crypto bank in the whole world. Through 2018, listing a coin on further major exchanges, number of acceptance partners are over 500,000. Market capitalization, $80 million. Our goal is to gain a market cap of the coin of $12 billion until 2019. Until 2021, $120 billion. Near future, you can pay with Carat Gold coin everything and everywhere.
Want to welcome our guest in. As I mentioned earlier, we have our guest today, and our co-host Dr. Roselle has joined us, and our guest star to my left here is immediate left is our
Mr. Louis Young.
Mr. Louis Young, right? Louis Devon Young, and then next to him is Crypto Steve.
Mr. Steve Coates.
Good.
All right.
So
hello everyone. So glad that you could join us as well. Today, very excited because, as you know, we talk about wealth creation, we talk about the real money, we talk about gold, but we also want to make sure that we keep in touch with everybody that aren't familiar with some of the newest and most most, I guess, the biggest trends that are happening right now, the most innovative stuff. So it's a pleasure to have some gentlemen that are no stranger to the cryptocurrency market. If you're familiar with cryptocurrency, if you've heard about it, you've heard some buzz, you probably thought, okay, what is that? What is this thing? Is it real? And is anybody making any money in it? Well, I'm very excited today to have some of our business partners to join us today. These two gentlemen are already very successful businessmen in their own right in traditional business, as well as these are family men, these are men of God, and these gentlemen have done so much in this space, in the cryptocurrency space, that they've actually helped people, hundreds of people around the world, literally, to have success in that space. And when I say success, I want you to understand something. These aren't people that got a little bit of this coin or that coin. These gentlemen are very successful. They literally trade thousands of dollars a day worth of cryptocurrency. So without further ado, I would like to introduce these gentlemen. Of course, to my right, Mr. Steve Coates, who's also known as Crypto Steve, and of course, Brother Ahmed already introduced Mr. Louis Young. So welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure, my pleasure. So we're gonna just jump right in. If you mind tell a little bit about yourselves first, and then how we all got connected, and then we go right into the crypto stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, so my name's Stephen Coates. I'm in the DMV area. I make my home in the DMV area with my beautiful wife and my 3 kids and my 4 grandkids. Grew up in this area, and just to know that I'm an entrepreneur for life, and actually got started here in Curb Bars, saving gold in January, and they actually introduced the first cryptocurrency backed gold. I was excited, blown away, and I got introduced to the rest of the team, and man, I'm just loving it, man. We got the first ever cryptocurrency bank. We opened up on July the 4th. The first ecosystem that's actually gold asset backed, so to speak. So I'm just excited about that, and excited about this opportunity to be here in Curb Bars in front of growth, in front of the disruption, which is cryptocurrency. Absolutely. How it's going to change the world. Absolutely.
Thanks so much. It's absolutely a disruption here. And so I'm going to talk about somebody else who's actually forcing himself as a disruption himself, along with this gentleman, their business partners for a long time. Mr. Young, please, by all means, sir.
Yes, again, my name is Louis Young. I make my home in the DMV area. And one of the things I love the most about being from this area is finding people of like precious hustle. A lot of times I say like precious faith when you're talking about some of the our foundations, but this area has produced some of the most talented and driven individuals, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. My partner Steve was being kind of modest a little earlier. We own a construction company. We specialize in underground water and sewer and concrete asphalt restoration, and commonly known as infrastructure work. Probably hear about that in the news and everything. And we do fairly well in that marketplace. We also are real estate investors and residential redevelopers of communities. And we do real well in that as well. And been an avid fan of finances my whole life. Needless to say, we're entrepreneurs. And one of the things we learned early on is like Zig Ziglar said, if you help anybody get what they want, you'll get everything you want.
That's right.
So we've been kind of selfless in our helping of people in any market that we touch, because we already know, because of our faith, anything we put our hand forth to do is going to prosper.
Yes.
And knowing that comes with also the responsibility of helping people to prosper and getting in front of the right information at the right time.
That's right.
And identifying what success looks like. And I found out if you found out where success is going, if you get there first, that's half the game.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how we got involved in Curb Bars. We were trading cryptocurrency, and those of you who know about cryptocurrency, you know that the Asian market is when trades are really high. And we were working all day on all of our other endeavors, and then at night we were still trading in the middle of the night. And then I know Steve and I, both of our wives, were suffering from us getting out of bed in the middle of the night, going down on our computers and trading cryptocurrency. And so we found a way to leverage ourselves in the 24-hour movement of cryptocurrencies. But what got us to this place is that when it was time for us to take our profits,
That's right.
we didn't want to take our profits and put it back into fiat currency, being the dollar bill. And after some research, I found out that high net worth individuals were taking their profits from cryptocurrency and put it into tangible assets such as precious metals, the number one being gold. Long story short, a friend of mine who works for the government, and Dr. Roselle, I'm going to tell you, this brother is so skeptical that if he's dying of thirst and you offer him a bottle of water, he's going to say, what's the catch, right? So I saw that he was marketing Crptocurrecies, so he kind of did all of the heavy lifting for me as far as research. I said, you know what? You know, Crptocurrecies has relationships with the Vatican. I saw that. They have relationship with MasterCard and FedEx. So the research had already been done.
Right.
But the credibility was in my friend because he doesn't just attach his name to just anything.
Right.
So we started, you know, buying the gold with Crptocurrecies and didn't desire to be in front of rooms or
Build a business
and everything. And but Crptocurrecies introduced something that kind of got us excited coming from the crypto space. Is that's an asset-backed cryptocurrency, and that asset being the actual gold bullion.
And actually, we're going to definitely spend some time about that, talking about that in just a few moments here.
Okay.
And thank you for sharing that story because that's a very big piece. Now, I know we have a commercial coming up anytime in a moment here.
Right,
So
right.
I wanted to, I'm kind of going to yield to you on the time, but we're going to definitely talk about that. We're going to spend some time talking about, first of all, why cryptocurrency, and then we're going to talk about that asset-based cryptocurrency with gold. And we got a funny story to share with you guys later on. So stick around. Also, make sure you go and share and like this with everybody. Know, I promise you, and you know, and if you guys know these two gentlemen, you know that this is going to be a jam-packed powerhouse of a show.
And
So-
That's right.
So really what I want to ask everyone to do at this point is to please go to your page, like and share this stream. Secondly, get on the line. Don't be bashful about it. We have the subject matter experts here. If you have questions, then we'll provide those answers for you and try to clear up any misgivings or any confusion about it. And as we were talking about, this system that we have here is a tremendous system, and it's not going to be understood in one single show. But what we will try to get you to understand is cryptocurrency's relationship to a centuries old, thousands of years old, in fact, clear asset that's been money, been used for a long time. So what we have done, what Crptocurrecies International has done, is taken a historical, clear, irrefutable asset that and matched it up or mated it with the latest technology. So we're talking about blockchain. We're talking about you being able to have it on your phone and spend it from your phone, or and sort of remove the middleman from
Yes.
the relationship with your wealth.
That's right.
Yes.
And put you in control of your wealth.
Peer to peer.
Absolutely.
And these brothers will also explain to you how it has benefited them. And they've been in it a lot longer than I have. I'm new to this. And one of the questions that I'm going to have, and I think I'm going to ask the first question, right? Before we go to the commercial. When we go to the commercial, please, as I said, call in, share it. We'd like to hear from you. We want you involved in this conversation. But one of the first questions I have, and this is for you, Lewis. I heard Lewis say on one interview he did, he said when he first joined Crptocurrecies, one of the things that he was kind of discouraged by was that a lot of us affiliates were bashing crypto, right?
That's right.
Now, I don't know if you ever saw me bash crypto, but I'm going to tell you, I did not like crypto for the reason that I said it's a fiat. And as I told one of my co-workers, I said, I'd rather have the fiat that I can put in my pocket and I can hold and control than a fiat that I can't. I don't know who. I would joke with them. I'd say, who's the CEO?
Right.
I said, okay, is there a 1-800 Bitcoin number I can dial
Right.
if I need?
Right.
I have a
Right.
question.
That's what
Right.
it is.
Where's the headquarters? Where's
Right.
your head?
Right.
You know.
That's right.
And so when Harold Seitz mentioned this back in January, that he was coming out with this, I literally almost fell off my seat. Why? Because it was the missing piece that I always believed that crypto needed. and that is to be tied to an actual asset. So my
and an
question,
actual company.
and an actual company,
And the CEO.
right.
CEO that you can touch
So
with the network.
can you expound on that just a bit?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, when we first got involved in cryptocurrency, that was one of the things that was one of the reasons why we excelled so much in trading, because we already understood that with Bitcoin there was no CEO, no CFO, no board of directors, no boardroom. Shoot, there's no bathroom. There's nothing.
Nothing.
Right. We understood that there were a lot of cryptocurrencies out there that were just quote unquote called a pump and dump, where they pump up the company, pump, and get it up to a certain pulse level where a lot of people made money, and then the company would crash because it had nothing substantiating any of the claims that they were making in their white paper.
That's right.
Right? We understood that. We also understood that when we got involved in cryptocurrency, we weren't getting involved for the long run like we would if I bought McDonald's or Microsoft.
Right.
We were in the market and then out of the market. We understood that. One of the things about like we were saying earlier about, cryptocurrency and, not having something physical you can put in your hands. Everybody that I know, including myself and Mr. Coates, we were waiting for something that had a backing to it. Because earlier on, that was the sole reason why I didn't get involved in Bitcoin.
Right.
Like, I heard about Bitcoin in 2009, but I was listening to the propaganda against Bitcoin more than I listened to anything that supported its claim.
Okay.
So I didn't, when they're saying, hey, Bitcoin at 50 cents, it meant nothing to me, because Warren Buffett and all of the other powers that be was saying, stay away from it, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Right.
And then as I watched this rise, then I started kicking myself, and I was borderline telling a lot of people when they would ask me, do I have an interest in Bitcoin? And I was saying no. But my interest wasn't really a no. It was that I didn't position myself enough with my own information to make an educated decision on whether or not I need to be in this, or whether it should be something I'm going to trade for the long run, or I'm gonna go ahead and set on it and kind of set on it and forget it.
Right.
And the market is volatile.
Right.
The only thing is, he and I come from a volatile market. So we already knew we've lived a life in a volatile
Exactly.
market.
Right.
We're not afraid of anything.
Right.
So we had to come to terms with the fact that we needed to be involved in this. We needed to actually go out there and do the homework for our people, because we knew that our people wasn't going to be readily jumping into this thing. It wasn't going to happen. They needed to see somebody familiar, somebody who looks like their brother, their cousin, their friend, their next door neighbor, somebody they grew up with that was having some type of success in cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Right.
And that's how we got here. So the way you felt with cryptocurrency, when people were bashing cryptocurrency, I know that the only reason why you would do that is you just don't know enough about it.
Just not educated.
Just
Yeah.
not educated.
Just not-
So we didn't never take it personal.
Yeah, and the other thing is that everything is going digital. So
Right.
if you look at Blockbusters,
Right.
you look
right,
at
right.
Redbox when
Right,
Blockbusters had the
right,
opportunity to buy them and they didn't.
Right.
And then now Redbox, people saying, what's that? Because now it's Netflix.
That's right.
You know, so everything is that physical dollar. First of all, it doesn't even have the value back behind the numbers that's on it. So that's one thing. The other thing, everything is going to that digital market. So just think about it. After a while, Lewis, we was talking about this a couple of days ago. Imagine you can go trade borderless. Like, I can trade in China. I can trade in any country instantly without the middleman.
Right.
Which the stock market called the brokers.
Yeah.
You know, imagine that. Nobody in between me and my money saying, give me your money.
Right.
What you want? All right, give me, give me $500.
Right.
All right, give me $200 worth.
And then they charge you. Yeah, right.
And then take $200-$300 of your money. So that's
right.
it. Just makes too much sense.
Right.
Now, granted that we in this new disruption, I promise you, you go back to the late 70s. You go back to the late 70s when Microsoft came out, you had the same thing. Shoot, people were saying it in the night. Computers? What's that?
Hey, listen, Bill Gates' dad was telling
Yeah.
folks when he was in the garage telling people, he dropped out of Harvard, Don't support him.
Yeah.
Told his friends not to support Bill Gates.
And he made instant millionaires and billionaires in the 80s when they hit the stock market.
Right.
So, and that's where we at. And that's why Bitcoin made 23 millionaires and a few billionaires last year.
That's right.
And just to know that and the whole idea is not just the cryptocurrency part. That makes us borderless. The main part is the blockchain. It can't be hacked. You can't lie. You can't steal. They say if we was on blockchain technology, if banks and the financial system was using the blockchain technology, we would never win the recession.
And let me throw something in here about that. Here's the thing that a lot of folks don't know. Banks and all these other industries now, they're going for blockchain heavy right now. So read the news, pay attention, understand it. This is a reality.
Yes.
Last year when they were telling you not to do it, they were already in studies trying to figure out how they can be a part of it.
Position themselves. Position themselves, and so they can be underneath for this.
And in addition to that, you mentioned something else. The blockchain can't be hacked. See, you've heard some stuff in the news. You're thinking that they got hacked. This got hacked. It wasn't the blockchain that was hacked.
It wasn't the blockchain.
It was the conduit, the bridge, or whatever the source was that was getting it out that was actually hacked.
Right.
So that's not all of blockchain. That's not every single source or resource. Right. So understand that you're hearing stuff when your cousin Pookie or somebody that you respect who may be a broker.
Yeah.
In the financial world,
Might be your banker.
Maybe your banker. I was a former banker. But I'm sharing with you that understand you got to talk to the people that are the experts that understand what this is. And we're talking about cryptocurrency in relationship with gold, but can I ask a second? I want to ask the next question. Why cryptocurrency in the first place? What is it? Like, what is its role? What was the goal of cryptocurrency in relation to this other banking system that I'm not going to mention? You guys feel free to talk about it if you want.
Can I use some props?
Please.
Okay.
As long as you give them to me to hold for you.
So, right now, most of us as a young child, somebody give you a couple of dollars. We're gonna drop
leave
the money.
those down there. I get sorry.
You got dollar bills, and most children are introduced to dollar bills by buying candy, going to the ice cream truck, 7-Eleven or whatever, and spending these dollars. So their initial financial education starts unknowingly, knowing that this is the only type of currency. They put the value on this because they know you can take these $2 and get yourself a bag of Skittles and a Slurpee. They learn exchange early, but we don't educate, right? We don't educate about what this really is and what is really not. See, cryptocurrency has been around for a long time. A lot of people hold it in their pocket.
That's right.
Credit cards.
That's right.
It's all encrypted.
Yep.
The banks.
You got it.
The banks don't have all the cash.
It's always been there.
Yeah,
The only
ones and zeros.
That's right. And the only problem is
Checks and balance.
checks and balances.
That's it.
Because now with cryptocurrency, I am a vault.
Yes.
I'm my own vault. You talking
right.
about
Me.
you talking about having control of your own money.
Yes, that's
Being
it.
your own
That's
bank.
the idea.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And see,
That's
the
the idea.
more you teach this control, see, my daughter's 8 years old, and I'm teaching her this stuff right now because she needs to know how to navigate through the global economy, not just what's
Right.
in our own community.
Exactly.
That's where it's all going. Steve alluded to it earlier. Steve and I have been involved in international trade for a
Yes.
long time.
Yes.
I know I used to send money to China, and it was a flat rate for me to send money. $15, send it to China, it'll get there. And if you sent too much money,
Yeah.
they came calling.
They called you.
With what we're doing right now, it's not only disrupting how you do business in your neighborhood and the counties and the boroughs, but it's disrupting how you're doing business all over
All
the world.
over the world.
See, now I can show somebody how to earn 100 euros by doing the same thing I'm doing sitting here in the nation's capital.
That's right.
Right? And you can be in Zimbabwe
And we
or,
have folks in Zimbabwe.
or Tanzania,
Yeah.
where there's so much economic unrest it doesn't make any sense. But I can show them how to do the same thing and earn the same 100 euros in any country, 127 countries.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right.
With the cryptocurrency that we represent.
Yes.
But even with cryptocurrency in general, Bitcoin is borderless. You can use it all over the world. But just to end on that, I believe what we have is an absolute better way.
And we definitely
It's a
going to talk
better
about that. It's absolutely
Real
a better
quick,
way.
too, Doc. the one thing too that actually got me attracted to cryptocurrency, and this is for the number guys or the guys that love numbers. There's nowhere in the world right now that you're gonna invest some money for a short period of time and get the percentages on your money.
That's right.
I will challenge anything that's out there. It's nothing legally. Nothing that's going to give you. We just had our coin just went up 300% in 24 hours. Look, you're not going to get that nowhere. You mean to tell me I can play 10,000 in some in an hour later? Let's say 7 days later, and it goes up 300%. I just made $30,000 just like that legally.
And with us, risk-free.
Risk-free
With us.
with us.
Mr. Coates, I got a question for you. Now, earlier we mentioned the opening of the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and we talk about the ecosystem. Can you explain a little bit to our viewers about the ecosystem and the role the bank is playing and that sort of thing? Because one of the things that we're talking about is you made $30,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or someone made a lot less or more, or less or more, right? How do they really get that into the system? How our ecosystem is going to allow them to do business with that, to take it and do business with it?
Well, that's a great question, man. So the one thing is that in our ecosystem, everything stays within the gold, and so I mean it's phenomenal what Mr. Harold Sykes is actually his geniusness to come up with an ecosystem that's number one, backed by the number one asset in the world, and then for everything to flow back to the affiliates and those that have account in Currybars is just totally mind-blowing. And so how that works is that your money, the fees that you make, the money you make, is all contingency when somebody buy a phone. You know, well, not contingency, so people use phones every day.
Right.
When somebody, they get into this ecosystem, Lewis said it best. When you started seeing it on your mortgage, paying KBC. When you started seeing it on signs, paying KCB. When you started seeing it on in advertising stores where they said, we ain't taking cash no more, but we do take KBC and KCB. And when you started seeing countries talking about, I'm backing my gold, my cryptocurrency that I'm giving to our citizens by the most wanted asset, gold and Currybars is the ecosystem. And every time, this just blows my mind, every time somebody go to one of our ATMs and they put their card in and get money out or cash gold or buy and trade and sell cryptocurrency on the exchange, it's going to spit them out whatever they want, cash, money, whatever, fiat is in their country, but it's also going to spit the affiliates a fee.
He mentioned something about countries, and I think this is a perfect segue for us to talk about that right now. So I had the pleasure of being at a blockchain conference this past week with
Dr. Rizal. Can we go to a commercial real quick?
Sure.
Or you let us know when you want to go, because this is going. That's going to take a minute.
Okay, listen.
We're going to go into it.
This is free.
So,
this is fair. This is free.
Before
This is
we
fair.
do,
Let's do
I
it that
want
way.
to give out the number for everyone to call. Call in with your questions. 301-429-9247. Join the conversation, and when we come back, Dr. Rizal will continue, and our guest today will enlighten us.
Share the number again.
301-429-9247. Join the conversation.
The real and first financial
great
perpetual mobile will blow your mind.
Listen,
The Carrot Coin Bank in Miami has already now $100 million share capable. By buying or selling and trading the KBC coin, you increase the price of it. Every time the price of KBC coin increases, we have to buy gold to back up the value of KBC. The bank will have profit from the fees that it will take from buying and selling gold. Every time the bank has profit, there will be release of new gold. The value of KBC coin will increase, so more people will buy it to sell it for more price to get profit from it. When the price of KBC coin increases, the KBC coin will need more gold to back up. So, the profit of owner of KBC coin is a result of increased profit of the bank itself. This is a new universe. But we go further. We offer a next coin, our Carat Coin Bank Coin, the KCB. We are going to offer 50 billion coins within 12 months, and we are implementing it in the Big Carat system, where the time KCB coin increases its value. The value of KCB coin will be increased and vice versa. And even more, our own exchange systems, ATMs all around the world, use of different credit cards, new technologies, bank accounts. All these means fees that will flow into the Carat Coin Bank. Don't forget, more fees, it means more profits for the bank. More profit for the bank. More gold. More gold, increase the value of the coins. Increased value, more fees. More fees, more gold. It will never stop. To make your crypto payments even easier, we went further. A new blockchain smartphone from the best blockchain developers all over the world will allow you to make all secure crypto payments that you need. This is a real financial revolution. Be a part of it. Don't wait and hesitate too long. With each second, our coins are increasing their value more and more. Visit our website for further information, www.caratcoinbank.io.
All right, we are back. So that was a very informative commercial, and I'm going to jump right back in, and we're going to talk about this this conference we went to. And so I'm in the crypto space as well, and so I went to this blockchain because I'm always educating myself even more. And lo and behold, of course, my business partner, Mr. Louis Young, he sent me a text that he saw me, so he showed up, and we had a great time. But he's going to share with you, if you don't mind, share with them a little bit about where you and I both, the agreement that we came to about what was going on at this conference. Now, understand, folks, this was a conference from people from all over the world, subject matter experts, who were talking about something the whole time I was there, and all I could do is just sit there and just shake my hand and bite my lip because I knew that there was something I wanted to say. So, Mr. Young, if you don't mind, go ahead and sharing with us kind of what that story was about. What happened there?
Well, first, I would like to thank the originators and the ones who actually made it possible for us to be in the room at Howard University for the 2018 Black Blockchain Conference. Summit.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, it was refreshing to see so many of our brothers and sisters that's actually involved in the technology space of the blockchain and cryptocurrency. It was refreshing to be in that type of a room to see that we are showing up and we are trying to, not just get stick our toe in the water, but we're trying to get in front of this technology to make a difference in our own community and have it to serve us in a way that we know how to serve our community. But one of the things that, I actually heard repeated over and over again that kind of got me excited was the fact that we heard a lot of theory about, having a cryptocurrency that was actually backed in an asset. And it was kind of exciting for me. And I'm not even going to say that word, but it was exciting for me, the opportunity that we have set in front of us, because so many people were talking about the theory of an asset that's backing cryptocurrency. And I'm sitting in the room and I was like, I already own a cryptocurrency that's backed in an asset. And not just any type of asset, but 24 karat gold bullion. And I'm not talking about a gold ETF, an exchange traded fund, or a gold certificate, the actual physical bullion with a company that's been in the gold business since 2011, that not only has the bullion that you can actually have it and have it sent to your house.
Yes.
Currently, we have the cheapest gold in the world as far as price point, but the bullion actually backs the cryptocurrency. And that's something different because we have the bullion because we're not purchasing bullion from anybody because we own the gold mines. And it was refreshing, Dr. Rozelle, because I'm listening to what they're saying and I'm saying I have a huge answer for them because it's not just theory anymore. We're actually involved in something that the world needs, the masses want. So we're not selling anything. We're just telling people and letting them know we exist.
And that's absolutely right. That's the thing is, we're letting people know we exist.
That's right.
And And when I tell you, a lot of folks may not know that there's a want and a desire for this, but both days, every single panel discussion ended up speaking about how they wanted a cryptocurrency to actually stabilize the economies of these countries. And their whole thing was, and they still wanted to use it, they wanted to back it by gold. Because there have been some attempts by some nations to stabilize their economies backed by gold. We're not going to get into that right now, but it didn't work out for them. It was a bad situation. But here's the thing about cryptocurrency, and more specifically about KBC coin and KCB, is that this system and this particular coin, this ecosystem, will allow folks to not have to worry about the political effects of what's going on in countries.
Yes.
Not have to be concerned about the honesty and the inflation or the honesty, because the blockchain is transparent.
Yes.
That's what makes it such a strong technology.
That's right.
And guess what? Governments are trying to wrap their hands around it, but right now you have these countries that are able to get involved now and to get established and get it moving through knowing one of us, right? And be involved in a situation where they can literally control their own currency outside of the current central banking system that dominates the entire world. And it's backed by the only currency that has lasted for 5,000 years. It will always be here. And that's 24 karat gold bullion bars.
And that's what most countries want to back their currency by. And
China, Russia,
yes.
the United States. We have a quarter of the world's gold population in the Federal Reserve Bank up in New York City.
Yes.
And understand, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna say this one quick thing. Understand something. The world, because of the military, because of the U.S. military, the world always stored their gold here at Fort Knox, here in the United States of America. World War II. Do a little history about money. You understand that whole war was about gold. In fact, the British shipped all their gold to the U.S. because they were worried about it being confiscated. So don't ever think that that's not real money. Don't ever think that. But now, as of late, of the last 3 or 4 years, countries are starting to expatriate their gold from the U.S. You know why? Because they want to own their economy, just like you should want to own your economy. So, I just wanted to share that. But that was a great. That was just more of a confirmation. We already knew, but I can promise you, we had to look at each other at least 4 or 5 times and just like smile and nod.
And that's the great part about it, and then it's peer to peer. So a lot of times people don't understand that, the same kid that, now this with cryptocurrency, the same kid that's in Africa and in the bush that doesn't have the bank account, but can't get to the local city or somewhere where they can store their money. They can store it all now digitally.
Right.
So now they can play in the same field. Now the good part about it is that I can play in the same field that they play in.
That's right.
They can play in the same field that the hedge funds can play in. They're playing and eating at the same restaurants.
That's right.
They eating the same food. See, and that's the wonderful thing about it now is everybody on the same playing field.
The playing field's been leveled.
Yes, so now no one can try to get, so the big hedge fund that own $150 million that jump into the cryptocurrency space, the little kid in South Africa can too.
You know what?
I'm playing in the same field you playing now. I'm eating at your restaurant now, buddy.
And we're owning it. How about that? Listen, when I worked in the human services arena for a long time with homeless and transitional people, housing and stuff, let me tell you the thing that they had. Every last one of them had a phone. Right. Every last one of them had a phone. So now, you want to help people. We talked about earlier, Zig Ziglar said, you want to get everything you want, help everybody else get everything they want. You have everything you want, right? Now, think about that person, that homeless individual who's been using the phone to try to get a job, which is great, which is honorable, right? But at the same time, now they can actually play in the same game, be homeless and actually get where they want to go, especially if they have some help and some direction like these two gentlemen do. These two gentlemen, they give away advice and they teach people. Upwardsly, people would pay good money. I'm talking thousands of dollars to get the information that these two gentlemen share with you. And so the fact that they are able to be a part of what we're doing, we're all one team, one dream. We're able to help you achieve whatever you want to achieve. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that, because I want to make sure we get back to talking about this system And I'm going to yield to Brother Ahmed, sorry. Brother Ahmed here to go ahead and kind of, go to the next question.
Yeah, one of the questions I have, and that is sort of a statement also leading to a question, and that is recently, last week, we read that New York State had authorized, certified 2 stable coins, as they call them. These 2 stable coins are backed by what? The fiat. Backed by debt, really. And I tell people all the time that this is debt. This is debt.
Gave it to him.
That's debt. And this is wealth.
Yes.
And this is what's backing the cryptocurrency, the KBC coin. That every one backed by what?
Yes.
Tenth of a gram of gold, right? And we have our own blockchain soon to appear. We have our own exchange.
Yeah.
We already have the bank.
Crptocurrecies, our own phone.
Right. We just released the wallet.
Yes.
The wallet, the KBC wallet, right? And so this is a system that is so complete. Like you said earlier, you get in it, you never have to leave it. So we had a lot of people asking, well, if I buy the gold, then how do I cash out? How do I take it and get my money? And I say, well, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to speculate, this is not for you. This is for the person who wants to leave the system of control and go into a system that they control, right? Where instead of being controlled, I put my money in a 401k or 403b or any other financially currency backed in or based instrument. I don't control my own money. Well, it's not yours anymore. It's not yours anymore. You put it in the bank and you got 100,000 or a million in the bank, and you go to the bank and say, "Give me 50,000." They're not going to give it to you.
No.
You got to jump through some hoops. You got to perform some acrobatics to get your money.
And you won't get it that day you go.
No, for sure
You're
not.
not getting it that
and if
day.
you want money out of your 401k, your 403b, what they're going to do? They're going to tax you.
Yeah.
They're going to tax you, and they're going to penalize you 10%.
That's right.
Hold it, but that's my money, and you've been making money on my money.
That's right.
And when I lose, when the markets lose, and your 403b or 401k or what have you loses value, you lose. They don't.
They don't, because they still get paid.
See what happens.
That was my question.
Tell you.
It's a question and a statement.
When you can't cash out, if you want to get out of the system of wealth and go back into the system of debt, you can't cash. You can take this right on back out and get your U.S. dollar. That's the debt, like the brother said. You can look at the U.S. debt clock. You will step back into debt.
Good point.
Yeah, if you want. But I will advise, this is what Mr. Hurlsites and the team has developed, something that you can use in this ecosystem that will pay you. Every time you use this, every time you inquire, you get paid. Every time you use it, you're going to get paid. Think about that. Why would you want to go back to the debt?
See, the thing is, the reason why people want to go back to the debt, I'm going to tell you the reason why people want to go back to the debt. You want me to tell people?
Tell the people why they want to go back to the debt.
Now, I'm no Bible scholar, but I can give you a huge thing to look at, and hopefully that people remember this and take it to heart. And one of the things I love is that this I don't care if you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. Everybody can agree on this one thing. If you look at the children of Israel, and when they came out of Egyptian bondage, right? They spent 40 years in the wilderness, and they complained at the coming out of bondage.
Yes.
They complained about wanting to go back down into Egypt, missing the leeks and onions from their oppressors.
While they're getting fed manna, and when they're getting fed from
While
heaven.
they're getting fed from heaven.
Fed from heaven.
And see, what happens
And their
is,
health.
see, and this what happens. A lot of times, you're born into a situation that you didn't know.
Yes.
You didn't know that situation was a debt system. I heard my father-in-law say, They grew up poor, but they didn't know they were poor until they went to their friend's house and saw that their friend had running water.
How about that?
So when you come out of a place where you've never had running water, the only running water he had was when they ran to the spring to go get it.
That's right. That's
right? And then you go to a place where you can just turn the knob and the water flows. Or if you get a little hot, you can just hit the thermostat. You understand? See, what it is, I say it all the time, especially to the young people. I say exposure, it creates expansion.
That's right.
Look, if you hang around non-broke people, you bound to be number 10.
That's right.
Hands down. But if you get around some people that's doing something, because of the power of association, you may slip up and be that 10th person, because you see Dr. Roselle saying, hey, listen, you need to buy yourself some gold. You need to exchange your fiat for gold.
That's right.
This creates a habit. If you create the habit long enough, you do anything often enough, a ratio will appear. It's going to show up.
That's right.
It's going to show up. We tell enough people about how we've broken the barrier of theory and cryptocurrency backed by an asset. We tell enough people. Then you get a chance to position yourself in front of not just the trend, but in front of history. See, if now if the other tribes knew that Israel was going to come out of bondage, if it was me, I would have been building houses for them to come and live in, and sold them the property. But that's when you're forward thinking, and that's where we are. See, in the 1920s, you had the boom of the stock market. And you look at in 1990s, the dot-com boom, when email was first, people were talking about email as the next big thing. Now everybody has an email account. You look at what happened in the 2000s with what we did with real estate, the real estate boom, where people were making $50,000 a year getting $500,000 homes. But like I said, exposure creates expansion. If you're exposed to the right system early enough, like we are as being early adopters, it's only 3 levels to wealth. You got the early adopters who come, the ones that are crazy enough to go ahead and dive in. The ones who are crazy like Steve and I, and we always say it all the time, we the type of guys who will jump out the airplane and sew the parachute together on the way down.
That's right.
See, that's how we live. But those are early adopters, so of course, there's a certain amount of wealth earmarked for those people who take those risks.
That's right.
First movers.
First movers advantage.
First movers, yeah.
You know that.
Absolutely.
That's what happened in every industry. Every industry. Microsoft, Google, you name it.
You name it. Every industry.
Amazon, everybody.
Look, we're about to go to a commercial in about 30 seconds. When we come back, Dr. Roselle is going to, since we've expounded on a lot of things, a lot of information has passed, what we want to do next is go into what the solution is.
Yes.
How the solution is right at your fingertips, literally at your fingertips.
Yes.
So we're going to go into a commercial, and we'll be back in just a moment. In just a moment. We'll be back. All right.
All right. So, all right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm so glad that we had these 2 esteemed gentlemen join us today. We're all working together as one. We're a close-knit team.
Yes.
And we're out here. We want to get the information to the people. So here's an opportunity for you to say, how can you get involved? Well, you want to go back to the person that shared this video with you, shared this show with you, and you want to make sure that you ask them how they can get started, right? It's really simple as, becoming an affiliate, and then that person will help you get started with that. You can also go to thegoldbricksshow.com. That's thegoldbricksshow.com, and you can get some information there and actually join as an affiliate right there at that page. Also, before we go any further, I want to make sure that we let you guys know who these gentlemen are. Again, this is Crypto Steve, and this is Mr. Louis Young. These gentlemen are right here in the DMV, but they are also world-renowned gold savers and crypto experts.
Yes.
So
yes.
We want to make sure that you know that that's how you can get involved with us. We're going to open the lines again, so feel free to call in if you want to. The number is 301-429-9247. And I'd like to just open the floor for these two gentlemen to say anything they'd like to say, just in closing about gold, cryptocurrency, why this is important, why everybody needs to have this, and then that'll be it, and then we'll close out the show.
Well, I would just like to share that the whole idea that Mr. Earl Sites have with curb bars and the KCB and the KBC, it's crazy to me that you can actually sign up for free and open up your free gold savings account. Not just that, you have no monthly fee, you have no annual fee, you get a MasterCard that's free. You don't have, they ain't checking your credit. It's crazy, and you don't have to pay an annual fee on that. That's crazy. You get a website. Listen, for some of you that's saying, I don't have the money, it's a way that you can get started with no money. And make money. I always say, man, put me in the desert, give me the Curb Bars website, you'll have salt, you have sand that have gold.
That's right.
They have gold. I mean, it's just crazy. You have an opportunity that you've been looking for, that you've been asking, that you've been seeking. Some of you been trying to figure out how you gonna get out of the situation you in. Here it go. It's right before you. Listen, don't do what everybody else do. Don't go ask the brokest person you know about how you can save some money or how you can get ahead or how I can get out of debt. You have been doing that and that haven't been working. We're trying to give you some advice, some wealthy advice that can change your life, change your trajectory of your life, change everything that you think can't be.
That's right.
And so, with that, get with the person that shared this with you. Or you on this line today, don't hesitate. And then the cryptocurrency space, hey, if you don't take a part, this is crazy. Lewis said it earlier. How is it that you can get involved and partake in something that as little as $175 and get some cryptocurrency coins that's backed by gold, or that's own the gold, that own the mine, that own the bank, that own the cell phone, that own that million ATMs? That's crazy to me. Right. If you don't see that as value, then I don't even think this. Matter of fact, this ain't for you.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna say this. One thing I pride myself on, and Steve will tell you, we're businessmen. We're not making nothing up. We're not padding the numbers. We've done millions. We're making millions right now in other endeavors. We've decided to attach our name to this thing, not to say that we know everything about blockchain or everything about cryptocurrency. But what I will tell you is that the truth is incontrovertible.
That's right.
Malice may attack it. Ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. And the truth of the matter is, we own the coins that we say we own. We're not just talking about being in this industry. We're a part of this industry. We've actually seen people, just like Dr. Sergio and I other day, that were on panels in front of experts, and they don't own any cryptocurrency coins. They're not even in the market. They're just talking about it instead of being about it. So you're not going to find that here. We actually do what we say we're doing. So get with the person that invited you, that thought enough about you to invite you to this live broadcast, and get yourself in a position not only to help yourself, but also to help your family and anybody that you care about. Because this trend is not just a trend. It's already put its flag in the ground. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Blockchain is here to stay, and you need to be a part of it.
That's right.
And so with that being said, remember, Curb Bars is the way.
Yes.
Curb Bars is real.
That's right.
Proven track record. It's been around since 2011, and we continue to just get better and better. Success is voluntary, and you deserve it. Back to you, sir.
All right, so I think that was a great show today. I think our guests, and I thank you, Mr. Coates,
Appreciate
Mr.
you.
Young,
Thanks,
for
sir.
being here, and you've added some serious value and content to this program as we build an audience and as we put together the format on this platform that we can reach out and educate and invigorate and help.
Yes,
We said this has been that's been across the board today.
Yes,
We're talking about helping people to be part of something, helping people to save themselves from a condition, a situation.
Yes.
Just to tell you something, I got a call the other day. Actually, a young lady hit me up on Facebook and said, "Did you hear the news about Lenny?" Good friend of mine, person who I work with. He's a senior unified communications engineer. Been knowing him since the mid 2000s when I first got into voice over IP or unified communications, and he passed away at work. 66 years old. Beautiful person. His family. Our condolences go out to his family, his loved ones. But when I heard that, and I thought that a lot of us are working to an age. What do we accumulate? 40 years, 50 years. People are working into their 80s today, trying to, not because they want to, but because they have to, right? And that is causing a ripple effect in the market and so forth. That's for another discussion. But I want to say this, is that everyone out there, as we just said, take the opportunity. Sign up, get your free account, and immediately, don't know what the tax situation is in the country where you are, but if you're in the United States and UK, it varies from country to country. But I always tell my affiliate partners here who come on board, you immediately put thousands, possibly even tens of thousands of dollars, you keep them in your pocket so that you can put those to work for you and your family, building a legacy of wealth. Building residual income.
Absolutely.
We talked about the passive residual income.
Right. Yes.
Was mentioned just a little while. The MasterCard. We have our own MasterCard.
MasterCard.
Not Bank of America. Not a Citibank. Not TD Bank.
We ain't checking credit.
MasterCard.
Some folks can't get one.
And we get paid every week.
That's right.
And we get paid five times a month, every Friday. Cover your number. every Friday.
Right there.
And once a month payment. This is a tremendous system, and it's not just that you can benefit, but everyone you know, your family members, your neighbors, the guy you bump into at the department store.
Yes.
And that's true. And there's one thing there's a tagline that Crypto Steve has that he's got to share with y'all. I absolutely love it. So could you tell them what that is?
Yes, there's money need me. And the reason why I say money need me, because money know that I'm going to put it to work. If anybody's going to work, it's going to be money.
That's right.
Not me.
Not me. All right.
If money don't work, money dies. So money got to come to me because money know I'm going to put it to work.
Money needs us.
So money need us.
I love it.
Yes, it does.
All right, everyone. We're going to ask you to take this, and as I keep saying, we're going to like. You want to like it. You want to follow. You want to share, and you want to join us next week for the GoldBricks show, where we'll bring you another hour of content. And please comment on the video. We will answer you on the Facebook in the comments. We'll answer you. We'll respond to you. But we want you to be part of this, because this conversation is not going anywhere without you. And we're not going to benefit anyone except that we benefit you, because you are in the conversation.
That's right.
Because you're on the system. All right? And we want to help you, help us, help you, and help others.
That's right.
Will you gentlemen come back to the show?
Yes, we
We'll
will,
make sure
man.
y'all come.
All right. We definitely got to get a commitment here, right?
I got you on camera. Y'all back. I'm glad to be back on camera.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much, and we'll look to see you next week on the GoldBricks show. Same time, same place, same channel.
Peace.
Ahoo.
Ahoo. Yeah, the whole career out the debt system.